Good morning and welcome to Economy and Markets on Business Day TV, where we give you a comprehensive insight into happenings in the economy as well as in the market. We're starting off with a conversation around a particular platform built to help easy access to data, stock market data in Nigeria. So let's look at this way for quite a number of Nigerians. For people who interact with this show, the stock market is not a distant feature. It's something that you probably interact with maybe daily, weekly. You interact with it more times than an average Nigerian. This is because for an average Nigerian, the stock market is like a distant thing. Not because people don't care, but because for a number of people, they don't know where to begin. For decades, we've had this issue where access to reliable and real-time market data is locked behind some layers of jargon, how people have to deal with end of day information. There are quite a number of factors like slow systems that affect access to data, and sometimes the platforms are even inaccessible. This problem has quietly shaped Nigeria's investment culture. So while we have millions of Nigerians trading crypto, we have some even going as far as trading foreign stocks with just a few clicks or a few taps on their phones. We have only a fraction of Nigerian adults, that is less than 5%, and of that 5%, we discover that quite the majority of them are in the Gen X to the boomers generation. We don't have a lot of younger people trading shares on the Nigerian exchange. The rest, they are left watching from the sidelines. Some are curious, but there's this feeling of disconnect, and this is because information is supposed to bridge that gap. Information is supposed to be the bridge between the curiosity part and actually causing participation. But for Nigeria's capital market, we've not really seen solutions that can help us bridge that gap, and investors may not be able to find out what happened yesterday, what's happening right now. Investors will be able to find out what happened yesterday, but what's happening right now is not something that's really hitting them all the time. Prices, volumes, market moves, they usually arrive quite a little too late to act on. And for a generation that is feeding on information like social media, feeding on information and like updated information, live feeds, that delay often feels like quite a lifetime. So that's one of the gaps that we saw two young innovators, Elijah Saulu and Joel Olawanle, trying to fix. These two computer science graduates, they saw a digital economy booming everywhere, but in their own local stock market. Their insight was simple: people can't invest in what they don't understand, and they can't understand what they can't see. So they decided to change that, and they are doing it with data. We would hear from the both of them on how they are doing it, how they started, and how they are helping Nigerians reimagine access to stock market information. On the show this morning, I have Elijah Saulu and Joel Olawanle, who are the developers of NGN Market. Good morning to you both.
Hey, good morning.
Yeah, how you doing?
Great. Great. How about you?
Um, your voices are quite low. If you can.
Oh,
Yeah. Uh,
Okay, so I'll start with Elijah. So let's start from the beginning. Tell me a little bit about yourselves. About yourselves. How did the both of you meet, and basically what drew you to computer science?
all right. Hi everyone. My name is Elijah Shaulu. I'm a software engineer and a technical writer. So that means aside from writing code, I also write technical articles, teaching people how to write code. So how did what motivated me to computer science? So I would see my brother, right? So like when I was way, way younger, I did not have any idea of how this tech thing works. So I used to think computer scientists are, those people that work in a cyber cafe, right? But yeah, there was this one time, like while I was just starting to write, when I wanted to write my jam. So I had this conversation with my brother. So that was when he explained what computer science is to me, right? So he said I would be able to build my own game, I'll be able to create robots and all of those interesting things. So that was what motivated me to, oh, I want to do this thing. I also want to write code. I want to build stuff, right? So that was what motivated me to computer science. And how Joel and I met, funny enough, we did not meet in, say, like the classroom, right? So when we were in 100 level, the both of us we joined this community, that was the inventors community. So that was kind of where we met. I think maybe our first day or second day in class. For like the shared love that we have for tech. So I think they gave us a classwork or something that I don't. It's kind of all fuzzy now. But yeah, that was where we met. Right, we met in a tech community. That was in inventors. So Joe would speak more on this as well. Joe, let's see.
You.
Yeah, sorry. Is my voice loud?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, my name is Joel Olawanle. Yeah, same a software engineer and a technical writer. Yeah, same like Elijah. We both graduated from Olusegun Agago University of Science and Technology. Yeah, like Elijah said, we both met in not basically in the classroom, but in 100 level. There's a group community, Ventures Developers Community. They brought us, so they came to class and told us if you like to learn how to code, all of those things. And that was where, so we all gathered in like a computer lab, and they were like this our seniors in 500 level were like teaching us how to code for free and all of those things, right? And I
Mm.
think it was in our second class they gave us an assignment to build a web page, and that was like how we met. And since then, like we've been learning to code together and all of that, right? Yeah.
So the question I have is, what when you were growing up, did either of you ever imagine working in finance or building something related to the stock market? Is this something that ever crossed your mind?
Uh okay, not really, to be honest. Not really. So I mean, when we just started writing code and all in the past, so I've built I would not call them fintech apps, right? Because you cannot transfer money and all that. We have built, like I personally now, I've built these applications where you could say buy data, buy airtime, and do just some basic things. But I never really imagined myself working in, say, fintech, to be honest, right? So
But that was fintech on its own.
yeah,
Can you hear
yeah,
me?
yeah, I agree, but yeah. So that was fintech.
How about you, Joel? Did you ever
Yeah,
think
for
of
me,
building something related to the stock market?
not really, actually. I'm not. It's I like the whole idea around the open tech. I like the simplicity new tools are bringing nowadays, but not really. I'm not like basically my own. I've really been more drawn to teaching people how to code, making materials available online, communities, and also data. Yeah, so all of those things, but not really the Nigerian fintech market, right?
So the question I want to ask you basically described how you've basically described how the university has influenced your interest. You talked about how you learned how to code or you started coding from your university environment. But was there anything in that environment? So for you graduated from the Olusegun Agagu University of Science and Technology in Okitipupa, yes. Was there anything in that environment that basically shaped your interest in technology and innovation? Did that experience basically influence your interest in technology and innovation? Did you have anything that you could point to and say this was like a it piqued my interest in a way?
Okay. For me, I don't know. I would say we were lucky to be mentored by some people that kind of had the exposure, right? So, like I mentioned earlier, and like Joe said also, so we joined this community that was the inventors community, right? So this our seniors then they were teaching us and they were kind of exposed. So they would show us what was happening in the world. It was like we were not that exposed to things then, right? So they would show us that, oh, see what people are building, see how big people are making it, right? So all of that kind of drove our interest. And I think we've also had like this, I mean, apart from say building favor, money and all of those, right? So we wanted to build like solutions, right? Working on things that would make people life better, right? So they would show us all of those things, show us what people are building, and all of those would motivate us. And yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
I won't say the environment because funny enough, I think it's our drive basically because the where we schooled didn't really have the amenities that would really want to support you as a developer, right? So we had like this very strong drive. Yeah.
let's talk about NGN markets. How did the idea come about? What brought that idea to you guys?
Okay. So I mean, we've both um we have trading experience, right? Like Joel and I. So we've bought Nigerian stocks. I mean, not that much, but yeah, we've tried to hustle our way to buy some stock. We've traded US stocks. We've traded crypto in the past. But yeah, like you would agree, the Nigerian stock data is messed up, right? And yeah, my brother also, like I think he faced a similar this thing, similar issue. He had the same experience. So there was this one day he reached out to me. That's Mr. Kolawole Ashaolu. So he called me that, oh, would it not be nice to have a platform, where people can go to and see that, oh, this is how the Nigerian stock is performing. This is what this one means. This is how you can get started. All of those, right? So that was what made the idea basically. That was how the whole thing came about.
So in so while we were speaking earlier, you mentioned something around a period of renewed buzz. But now let me ask, before you built the platform, were you trading stocks? Were you trading Nigerian stocks specifically?
Uh, I mean, not as much, but yeah, like a bit, small tenor here,
Okay.
small tenor there, like not as much. Because, we did not understand how the whole things work. So it's just like you're putting your money in, to like a black box or something. We don't understand how it works. So just doing it for like the love of the game.
So in other words, you were not really familiar with the market and how it worked.
Exactly.
So when your brother came up with the idea and he shared the idea to you, what was it about it that made you say, okay, this is worth building. This is something that we can dedicate our efforts to, even though we are not going to probably see returns from it.
Okay. So, this is an issue that I've experienced myself. I don't understand how this thing works. So now I have the opportunity to like fix that problem for other people. So the thing just it got my attention like immediately because it's just made sense, right? Oh, build a platform where people can see how the Nigerian stock is structured and how it is performing. So I think that same day or like a day or two later, that was when like we started working on it like immediately. So I told Joel about it, and we just started building something.
Okay. Joel, you have something to say?
Yes, and yeah, when we go on Twitter, we see people say, "Oh, they bought this stock," and then within 1 year, we're seeing like 100x increase, and like it sparked our. So that was what led us to even start like buying little stock, and then we saw the whole complexity in the structure of the stock market. But it was when Elijah's brother brought the idea, like that was when the whole interest now sparked. Yeah.
So why do you guys think, Joel, why do you think information about the Nigerian stock market feels inaccessible to everyday people? So what do you think is about it that basically makes that barrier exist?
I think that's a very good question. But like yeah, I think when you go online and you say, oh, you want to like see historical data, because I think before you make purchase about a certain thing, say I want to buy Bitcoin or something, I would like to see historical data. I would like to see what people are saying. I would like to see people's opinion. I would like to like read the news and all of those things. And I think what has helped the crypto market and all of those things is you can easily go somewhere. For example, I know if I go to Coin Market Cap, I get to like click on a particular coin, I get to like compare it, I get to like see what people are saying, I get to like see historical data. But for the Nigerian stock market, I just some sites are trying to come up, but it's not clean. It's not detailed, it's not in one place, all of those kind of things. So I think those are like the complexities around it, and I think many solutions are trying to come up, but some are gated, some, yeah. So those, I think, I don't know if I answered your question.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So Elijah, once you identified a problem, this is an existing problem. What were the first steps you took in developing a solution for the problem?
Okay, so the first thing we did was we tried to understand how the existing systems worked, right? And where they feel like where they fell apart. Okay, this is what they are not doing well. This is what we can incorporate in our own system. This is how we can do better, right? So we kind of try to compare existing solutions that worked for like not for stock now, existing solutions that worked for say maybe crypto, right? And where the NGX stock, like what it is not doing really well. So we kind of took that and bring things together to build our own platform, to be like a very intuitive platform.
Okay, and did you face any technical challenges during the course of building the platform?
Not any serious technical challenge per se, because we have the experience. So
Okay, that means you guys are like some kind of software geniuses.
I mean not to brag, but we know our stuff.
It's okay. No, after launching the platform, let's talk about feedback. Let's talk about how did people receive the products that you've built? How was the feedback like?
It was crazy. It was really crazy. So when we wanted to make a post about the platform, we were just expecting to maybe one to three people to say like it and just pass, right? Say, oh, this is nice. Like the first post we made on both LinkedIn and Twitter, like it's blew our mind, to be honest. Like hundreds of people were commenting that, oh, this is long overdue. This type of thing should have existed like way before now. And receiving praises here and there. So it was kind of overwhelming. And that motivated us to like even do more to this thing, right?
So what's the what kind of user what was your user data like? Are you seeing good traction? Are you receiving good traction?
Yeah, yeah. I think on the first 7 days we saw over 7,000 views, and I think what really spiked like what really surprised us was there's a difference between people just viewing your site and people engaging with the platform. So we're seeing like 6 minutes average engagement time, which is like really a lot because that means people are not just coming and going, but they are like engaging. They are clicking on stuff. They are going to other pages, and that's like what assured us that like people are really interested in this kind of stuff and it's long overdue.
So now the question is, what are your plans for the future going forward? What do you want to what's the way forward now?
Going forward, we want to add like some more elements that would make it more easier for people to like understand the market. So one thing that we are looking to ship and some things that we've even shipped already is say adding stuff like a compare future, like compare one stock with another. Um there is this popular element in crypto analysis platform now. Say something like an EAT map, right? You
Okay.
would see say like a bubble or a tiles showing from like red to green, showing how bullish the market is or how bearish it is. So we are looking to add some of those things. Then we're also working on incorporating like blog posts, right? So writing posts that, oh, if you want to start investing in the Nigerian stock market, this is how you start. So incorporating all of those, and we have like a lot of big plans to that we cannot disclose for like obvious reasons.
No
Like
problem.
in terms of expansion. Or yeah, we're just getting started. We're just getting started.
Okay. I wish you all the best. Elijah Saulu and Joel Olawale. I wish you the very best going forward.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. And that's all we can take from that particular section where we just spoke to two founders, two young Nigerians who are trying to help Nigerians ease access to stock market information. And after the break, we're going to return with market update as well as business news making the rounds. Stay with us. Welcome back to Economy and Market, and we kick off business news. First of all, we see Green Energy unveils Nigeria's first $400 million indigenous crude export terminal. So, Green Energy International Limited has unveiled the Otakikpo onshore crude oil export terminal, which is a $400 million milestone project celebrated as Nigeria's first wholly indigenous onshore crude export terminal. The announcement, which was made by Oluveihen, who is the special advisor to the President on Energy, through her official X page on Wednesday, she congratulated Professor Anthony Adegbulugbe, who is the former special advisor on energy to President Olusegun Obasanjo, describing the achievement as a testament to visionary leadership and Nigeria's capacity to deliver world-class energy infrastructure. Speaking at the inauguration, President Bola Tinubu, represented by Heineken Lukpobiri, who is the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Oil, hailed the project as a major milestone that aligns with his administration's renewed hope agenda. He emphasized that the facility underscores Nigeria's commitment to expanding energy infrastructure, deepening indigenous participation, and strengthening national energy security. President Tinubu reaffirmed the continuous importance of hydrocarbons to Nigeria's economy, citing the International Energy Agency projection that the world must invest over $540 billion annually in the upstream sector to prevent a global energy crisis. He noted, "Oil and gas will never go away. We cannot abandon our God-given resources." The president further disclosed that the federal government is currently engaging with Ogoni leaders to resolve long-standing disputes that have hindered oil production in the region, reinforcing government efforts to ensure stability and growth in Nigeria's oil sector. Then we'll move to a Money Point report that says that 42% of informal workers lack 1 month saving. A new study by Money Point Microfinance Bank has revealed that 42% of Nigeria's informal sector operators lack enough savings to survive beyond 1 month without income. The report, that was supported by the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, as well as the Small and Medium Scale Enterprise Development Agency of Nigeria, will be launched on October 17 in Abuja. Moneypoint's Marketing Managing Director, Babatunde Olofin, said that the findings aim to guide policymakers and financial institutions in developing targeted interventions for small business owners. He described the informal economy as the backbone of Nigeria's workforce, accounting for over 80% of employment and significant GDP contribution. After the break, we are returning with updates from market from yesterday. Stay with us. Market update from yesterday shows that Dangote Cement was the top traded stock in terms of value, with over 11 billion worth of shares. Dangote Cement shares traded yesterday, as the all-share index has hit the 146,000 mark for the second time this year, and it's now up 42% year to date. The Nigerian stock market extended its positive momentum yesterday as investors continued to position across key sectors. The all-share index rose by 0.33% to close at 146,204.34 points, the second time it ever hit the 146,000 mark this year, the first time being August 15. Market capitalization has increased to 92.798 trillion, up at 92.8 trillion naira, and so far we have seen the market year to date gain 42.05%. Total trading volume from yesterday was 346.99 million shares in deals worth around 27.43 billion naira. Among the top gainers of yesterday, we saw Unicel with a 10% gain, Unicel Interlinked PLC with a 10% gain to close at a share price of 44 naira. Then also Carverton gained 10%. Carverton Offshore gained 10% to close at the share price of 6 naira 92 kobo. They were followed by Sunu Assurances that gained 9.90% to close at the share price of 5 naira 77 kobo. Industrial and Medical Gases PLC gained 9.10% to follow suit with a share price of 35 naira 95 kobo. Then Mikeur is also up and up for the last 1 month. It gained 8.81% to close at the share price of 28 naira 40 kobo. And on the flip side, what do we have on the flip side? We see that FTN Cocoa is led the losers yesterday, falling by 6.67% to close at the share price of 5 naira 60 kobo. Tantalizers down by 3.35% to close at the share price of 2 naira 31 kobo. Fidelity Bank down by 2.38% to close at the share price of 20 naira 50 kobo. PZ Cousins down by 2.18% to close at the share price of 38 naira 15 kobo, and Veritas Capital Assurances also down by about 1.9% to round up the top 5 losers of yesterday. Now, most actively traded stocks in terms of volume, we see Fidelity Bank leading trade with 42 million shares in deals worth about 861.5 million naira, followed by Dangote Cement, 20.9 million shares in deals worth about 11 billion naira. Sterling Holdco traded 19.822 million shares in deals worth around 162.9 million naira. Jais Bank, 19.487 million shares in deals worth about 85.3 million naira. Then Charms Holdco also 17.69 million shares in deals worth about 76.984 million naira. Across the global markets, the US indices closed mixed. The Dow Jones Industrial Average slipped by 0.52%, while the S&P 500 down by 0.28%, and the Nasdaq also down by 0.08% from yesterday. In Asia, we saw Japan's Nikkei 225 gain 1.77%, while the Hong Kong Hang Seng Index dipped by 0.29%. The Kospi market has remained closed since the 2nd of October. Then let's move on to the European market, where sentiments were largely muted. The FTSE 100 lost 0.41%. The CAC 40 shed 0.23%, while the Germany's DAX index inched up by 0.06%. On the currency front, the Naira traded yesterday 1,485 Naira to the US dollar, 1,717 Naira to the Euros, and 1,975 Naira to the pound sterling. And that's all we can take on economy and markets for today. Thank you for staying with us. Have a lovely day.